Welcome back everyone. Here we are through page 10 of our ROKR Time Art Cuckoo clock. Got a water wheel. I'm still a little bit concerned about the back side of these paddles. I think I'm going to do something more than just staining them. I think I'm going to actually go out and buy a brush and some paint to touch them up. And of course got our cuckoo clock. I finally thought to unplug the speaker so we can still get the bird effect without having to listen to it call at us. I'm still greatly entertained by that. But it's sort of fun, and like I say, I was surprised how easily that went together to get that functionality. But we're going to be done with that until the end of the build. I'm sure I'll bring it back out at that point. But if you're new here, this is what I do. I buy these kits and build them step by step, mostly in real time. You get to see all my successes and all my failures. Now I hopefully fix those inevitable failures as they come up. Upload daily and just trying to have a good time. We're not solving the world's problems, we're just building silly little models and having some fun. If you see any kits or builds or sets or anything you want me to take a shot at, feel free to drop in the comments. I've got the most intelligent audience in YouTube and y'all provide me with nothing but the best options. But let's get going with page 11 now. Let's say not overly complicated on this section. I've just, like I was talking yesterday, I finally got smart and started actually using the inventory they provide rather than just trying to spot them. I don't know why I was ignoring that, but I was. So it's much easier to pull the pieces when you actually just go down the list. But here we go. Working on our little trough for our water wheel. So let's see here. Start with you. You're on the outside. Back here. Little guy. And you here. And this guy. Okay, so that's supposed to represent the water, I think. Yeah, so we got the bubbles and everything on it. Okay. Now, easily enough, you just go in right here. Yeah, they line up pretty good to start with, I think. Alright, so basically covering up more of the visible brown parts. I'm really, yeah, I'm just going to have to paint. I'm going to get some real paint and paint these regular brown. The stain isn't quite working. Let's say with my pens dying, I need something that can get into those crevices. So I'm probably just going to buy me a tube of brown paint and that's a couple of cheapo paint brushes to do that. I might do it on camera. I might just do it in between, so y'all don't have to watch me do spin and paint, spin and paint, spin and paint. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Now on to the second half of page 11. We're starting on actually going to be step 5 if you're keeping track. I've theorized many times. I think ROKR just makes these numbers up and randomly throws them in there because it just seems like they just go, okay, let's add a number here now. But I guess as long as they're in order, it doesn't really matter. Just sort of one of those things I've noticed. It just seems random. Okay, these guys all organized. Okay, you're the oddball. Let's turn you the other way. Okay, so just building us a little wall now. I'm going now. Brown is dead, but I do have a functioning yellow. Or the last time I checked, it was functioning anyway. So I'm gonna do a little touch up on this guy, trying to ease that. I'm not looking to match it, just want to do a little camouflage, make it blend a little better than just brown to yellow. And this stuff dries really quick, so I'm going to be able to handle it in just a few minutes here. I don't think I'm going to go get far enough for it to... Oh, I didn't do the top of that one, did I? Okay. Right. And go in. Yeah. Dog's just knocked a can off the table, it sounds like. Hinge function towards the center. That looks on both of them, yeah. I think this is going to be inside, so it should be well hidden. Okay, and then actually it looks like these are going to be poking out. The yellow too. I rubbed most of the yellow paint off one of my thumb. It's not hiding anything, but just like I said, just a little mild camouflage, make it less abrupt. Now, okay, so these guys, I don't think they're going to show, but I'll do the brown side up anyway. Maybe. There it goes. Okay, we're just doing the inside shutters here on this one, so maybe this one and this one. Put those on here. No, that side up. And that. Okay. Anyway. Yep. Okay. Now, on to page 12. Another batch of goodies. And these are 17A and 17B. I put the 2 dots on B and the 1 dot on A. And I think it just matters, they're just mirror images of each other or something. So I just want to do something to keep them straight. Okay, so we're starting with them. So 17A at the, okay, A on one side, this guy. A's on both of these guys. Okay. Okay, so these are going to be crimped in from the side rather than through. Okay. I think I need. I'll find a little stain pen. Here, the edge of those, clean those up a little bit. With the edges of my hinges, sort of. Got a little, make them a little less machined, I guess. All right. This side. There we go. Fighting me a little bit, still getting pretty good. Okay. Yeah, the yellow faded up pretty good there, but on the sides, but still, I say not as obvious. Okay, now back side gets our curtains. There, that's gonna. Okay. Get them open without breaking them. Barely. Okay, I guess if I'm going to have those showing, I need to hit them with the... I say just camouflage is all I'm going for on this stuff. Where I worked on it. Try and blend it in a little bit. Okay. Works better if I do it beforehand though, so I think this is not next, but I'm going to go ahead and hit it. I sanded the burrs off. Make sure. Probably go ahead and just hit the whole side of it. On the inside. Okay, we're supposed to work our bushes next. So. Okay, so let's see. Okay, they're the same, so just there. Some green going here, so let's see. Lots of nooks and crannies on this one, so it's hard to get them all colored in, but nothing, just make it a little less in your face that it's not green. Oh, okay, this goes doing our door next. Okay, that just comes in from the back and holds the door on. I think I muted it, but I'll hit that anyway. Okay. And these guys go up from the bottom. And here we go all the way back here to those slots. Okay, let's go lock in our side wall there. I think, yeah. Alright. Got the front of our building in there. And that concludes 12. On to 13, one of the sides. And we've got our first accordion piece of the build. Little yellow bits. Okay. Let's see. Alright, so let me just go ahead and hit them. Got a minute or two before we use them, so I'm going to maybe do a couple of coats on any of these to try and get them blended in a little better. Let that soak in, and we'll go on to this other part right now. Okay, so you guys, let's see, which way are we? There. Okay, they're the same. So, okay, that. Yeah. Okay. Accordion bit. All three of those. Okay, that wasn't too traumatic. Nice little bend in it, nothing too crazy. This guy. I forgot again. I don't think these are. Yeah, it doesn't really. The stain isn't really doing much blending. Let's say it takes off the rough edges, so we'll take that. Guys. What? Go again. From the bottom. And oh, this goes on top of everything else. So. Got a layered effect going. This goes on this end. Alright. Yeah, it looks like we're going to build something here to go down the corner. That's good. Good. 3 out of 4 walls built now on the bottom level. Let's build some steps now. Let's see how this second coat. And it's kind of going to be showing, I think, so like that bottom one. And actually, I actually think the other way. It shouldn't have mattered. Oh, wasn't no, we got the brown on the outside, yeah. Okay. Okay, goes in there, so it steps up into our little, I guess that's a door there. Looks like a window to me to start with. And I think I need to touch up that bottom one there. Okay. And that's page 13, so I have to back it out a little bit to see the whole thing in context. Yeah, coming together. All right. On to 14. Looks like a big batch of pieces on this one, so but they're little pieces. Okay. Pretty sure this is the back door. Okay, some porch lights, steps. Okay. Oh, actually, I think those are door decorations this time. Yeah. Okay. But anyway, we're starting here. top there. Sort of the same as the other side. You drop in. And start with the yellows here because that's where those are going to be. Come in a little closer than that. So, I'm thinking when it's all said and done, get all the layers on, it's probably not even going to be able to see these. Especially the top bit, because this is like the first of 3 floors, I think. Try and hit all the obvious pieces anyway, sort of blend them in. Like I keep saying, repeating myself over and over again. Okay. And these are the parts I'm about to build, the ones that, the main reason I decided I needed to do the yellow, because I knew what this was going to look like when it was all said and done. I've done enough of these porch lights to know all that brown. That side, that side. Same on this one. Coat right quick, then I'll put the door on. Actually, I gotta paint the door parts too. Just remembered, these guys go on the door. It's gonna be need to be a 2-coater on these. And this is the back door too, so probably nobody ever see it, but still want to do a good job. Getting about as much paint on my hands as I do the door. And that's it now. Those are. Okay, those are putting their door pieces on, so touch them up after the fact. I think I can do that in place. So. And from the back. Oh. Oh. Undo. Get the door outside. Okay. So, and then pop it on the hinges. I'll be able to open it. It locks, not locks, close it onto that. Right. focus. And these guys. Now, these are probably, yeah, it's blended enough, I think. The end place. You got a little sloppy on that corner there. Yeah, you got sloppy everywhere on that, it looks like. And these guys. From the back. And I got them elevated. Let's Lord, hum around. Right. Okay, so that wall completed. Now, so we're making sure we don't get our wire tangled up anywhere here. You go way back here on these guys. Yeah, so we got a door open, blinds open, water wheel. Got a good foundation started. I'm digging it. Nice. Yes, I'm getting more and more excited, and based on the views I'm seeing on the first couple of videos, y'all are liking this one too. So I'm glad to get one that everybody's enjoying, or seems to be anyway. Let's see, while I'm here, just saw these. See if I can ease into there with my stain pen without ruining the steps above and below. Yeah, sort of like they blended it in a little bit, so it's not as obviously. Alright, cool. I like that. Yeah, that looks much better on camera too, to me. Maybe all in my head. But here we go. And like I said, one last trip for our cuckoo clock. Plug to stretch. And that little electromagnet back there, I sort of wish I'd started doing this before I put that cap on, because I'd like to see all that mechanism functioning. I wish they'd left a window or something so we could see the moving parts. That's just me though. I know not everybody's as intrigued by the moving parts as I am. But we'll call that a night. Thanks for watching, everybody. Like, subscribe, comment, complain, share. Do whatever you want to with all that. Be good to one another. Stay safe. And click on a link. There's my channel up there if you want to subscribe. There's my other channel where I do little experiments a couple of times a month. This is what YouTube thinks you should be watching. And over here is a playlist for this whole build. See you tomorrow.